Coach Cam made this shit.
I'm Brenden Kron. This is Rex, and welcome to Jammin with Kron Rex. Did you know?
Owls don't have eyeballs. Well, you notice how, like, they don't move their fucking eyes? They gotta move their whole fucking head. Mm-hmm. They have tubes. So it can't really move around. Like, it's not loose in their head. They just have tubes. Like, they're basically eye tubes that are held together. So that's why they have to, like, do all that weird ducking and diving shit and the 180 shit they do. Pretty crazy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
And just like mini weeks, there's also another one that I found out that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Not Rocky Balboa, but Sylvester Stallone wrote Rocky Balboa in 3.5 days and refused to sell it unless they could guarantee that he was going to play Rocky.
That's so cool.
3.5 fucking days.
That's crazy. But just being like, hey, I'm Rocky, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because I wonder if, like, the people who was interested in buying it was just, like the original people. I guess I'm assuming it didn't land on the first sale pitch. But it was just like, no, we don't really want you involved. Like, we appreciate that you got in really good shape, but we just don't want you. Like, we appreciate the story and everything, but you just don't cut it.
I wish we got more stories of, like, artists, like, musicians and actors being like, I had this pitch and this is who turned it down. Because, like, I know of, like, some, like, what was it, like, Boredom? Like, Tyler the Creator's Boredom. I think he sent that to, like, Justin Bieber or something. Like,
I think it went to, like, him and Rihanna.
Something
Maybe
like
it
that.
might be a different song I'm thinking of on that, but no, it would be the most entertaining job in the world to be the Watcher from the Marvel Universe. Mm-hmm. Just seeing all these things, like, you get to see Michael Jackson play Spider-Man. You get to see Nicolas Cage be fucking Superman.
Ghost Rider again.
Oh, so in this universe, he just keeps being... In any perfect universe, Nicolas Cage is Ghost Rider.
Did you hear that he said he's down to do a second one, but he doesn't think they're going to let him? He was like, I think a third one. I think there is a second one. But
yeah.
He was like,
Yeah, I think there is.
Yeah, he was like, I am down to do a third or another Ghost Rider, and he was like, but I don't think they want me to be a Ghost Rider.
There's actually something now that you say that, that makes me think of I just watched Batman Begins. I will rewatch it for the first time in some years. Mm-hmm. It kind of sucks.
Oh, really?
Like, I get it. It's an origin story and stuff, but I think I grew to really, really appreciate the way Robert Pattinson portrays it, because I get it in Batman Begins, he's literally the beginning. Mm. He's just becoming Batman, so he doesn't have all of his, like, shit down yet, but it's pretty odd, like, going back and watching that, because, again, I just love Robert Pattinson's, like, I do not care about any vagina in the fucking world. I'm a detective. You know, he's like, I'm willing to lose all... I don't care. Mm-hmm. I'm a billionaire. I look like Robert Pattinson. Literally, my love interest is supposed to be Zoe Kravitz, and could not fucking care less. I want to find out who this is. But in Batman Begins, he's just, like, showing up to parties with, like, fucking 2 models on his side, and he's like, fuck him. Let him play in the pool. I'll just buy the hotel.
I like that.
It's neat, but...
It shows that he's able to do both sides better. And it is supposed to be his origin story, but he's showing that he can do both sides. Like, he's already the billionaire playboy and Batman. I
don't know. I think I just love the dedication that you see with, like, Robert Pattinson's, is that he's just like, that's cool. I know it's there. Mm-hmm. I'm aware that it's there. Yeah. I just don't care. Like, he's just so focused on one thing. But, I mean, you are right. Christian Bale seems like it's like a little bit more...
Tony Stark-esque.
Well, it's not even like he's doing that as, like, a character, but that's just, like, who he actually is. Mm-hmm. Which I guess is a little deceiving, but the movie's kind of goofy. Because I'm gonna see if anything pops up for it. But like one of the first punches that land is it's just gonna be hard to look up because I look up Batman Begins cartoon punch, and of course I'm just gonna get cartoon Batman. But one of the first punches that like land in the movie, it's very cartoonish. Like you just hear, and you're just like none of the other punches in the movie sound like that again. But I'm just like, what the fuck was that? Like it was just so off-putting that it was. And plus, I don't really care about the Scarecrow.
Oh, I think Scarecrow's really cool.
Maybe that portrayal of Scarecrow. Like, I like him in the cartoons and shit when he turns into this giant fucking Scarecrow. I mean, of course he actually doesn't, but it's just like the fear shit. But like, I don't know. I didn't really care about him in the movie that much.
He's not much of the movie, it doesn't feel like.
No, it's like 80% origin story, 10% like investigative work. And I mean, he finds him immediately. It is no fucking struggle. The second he decides that he's Batman, he has already solved 90% of the fucking case.
Yeah, that's Ra's al Ghul, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Ra's al Ghul's in that one.
Yeah, Ra's al Ghul looks ridiculous in that, which I get it. It's a DC movie. DC's pretty not realistic. And I mean, Christopher Nolan did a great job, but I mean, and it's kind of well known that Batman Begins is even if you like the movie, it is still considered the weakest of the three. Yeah. I mean,
which is cool.
Yeah, which is neat, but like, I don't know, he's just kind of, like, I kind of agree with the villain more, and I think the villain still is Falcone, or whatever.
Is it?
He's the guy that is, like, causing Gotham to be a shithole, because basically he's just he's corrupting everybody with money, just kind of like he is in the new Batman. But
spoiler alert. Kinda. I mean,
no. I mean, you meet Falcone early on and know he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just don't know what he does exactly, but he basically just walks in. Christian Bale, as soon as he just gets upset, he walks into Falcone's place, which is like an underground seedy thing. There's like important businessmen there, and like judges, corrupt people. And he walks up and just starts like whining and crying about shit because he's like, you're responsible that this place is bad, which is responsible for my parents dying. And he's like, people like you walk in here and act like you have nothing to lose. He's like, your butler, that girl you hang out with, there's people you care about. Why are you doing this? Like, he's basically saying, like, you have a good life. Like, sucks your parents fucking died when you were young, but you have other things that you care about that I could take care of. So, leave. Just go about your fucking business, dude.
Yeah.
And every person that Batman encounters in that movie is just telling him his dad's a pussy. Like, why can I not think of his name? Liam Neeson. In that movie, who's basically like Ra's al Ghul's apprentice, I guess, or like his hands, like his whatever. But he's having a heart-to-heart with them, and he's like, you know, you're doing good, Bruce. You're doing a lot better than your dad. He was kind of a pussy. And you're just like, God damn, like, why'd you have to throw it out there? He goes to talk to Falcone, and Falcone's like, hey, I was in jail with the guy that killed your dad. He said he was a pussy. And I'm like, God damn. Wait, why'd you have to throw that in there, man? Every person, I'm like, dude, maybe your dad was just kind of a pussy, you know? I mean, I get it, still be upset or whatever, but your old man was a pussy, you know?
Sometimes you gotta just face the facts.
Yeah, R.I.P., but the P stands for pussy, you know?
Rest in pussy.
That's right. Always rest in pussy. Well, I was gonna do, like, at the beginning, like a like and subscribe thing.
Do it.
And we're like 20 minutes in now.
We're really not. We're like 10 minutes in, yeah.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, if you're still watching, if you're not tired of the basically the Bat podcast at this fucking point, it's been a month and we're still talking about Batman every fucking week to start the show. But yeah, if you like our Bat content and you want to hear more, we're probably going to, or you know someone that wants to hear more, please like and subscribe when you. Well, not when you get the chance, I mean, because you got the chance now.
Yeah.
Like, now's the fucking chance.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really all I want to get off my chest about that. How's your week been, buddy?
It's been pretty good. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. I got a new game. I got Hades.
I know, because I still get the fucking notifications when you download a game.
Yeah. I think it's...
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand why that happens. But, yeah, it's been great. I'm loving that game. So...
Hades. Is that a... How old is that game?
2 years?
Oh, okay. So not that old.
No.
Then.
It won, like... It was winning a bunch of Game of the Years, like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. What is your favorite games?
Like, ever?
Yeah. Give me, like, 3.
Breath of the Wild is now on that list. Kingdom
Oh, wow.
Hearts. Just mostly nostalgia.
Yeah.
And... Subnautica, probably?
Yeah.
It's that good.
Now, if you just heard somebody say those 3 things, what would you assume they looked like?
Kingdom Hearts, Kingdom Hearts, Breath of the Wild, and Subnautica. Breath of the Wild's kind of like a boring pick.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's the best game ever.
But that's when you get into, like, the Nintendo fandom. So maybe, I don't know if that would change your perspective on how this person is going to look.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not odd picks, but together...
No, they're not odd picks.
But together, I feel like they're odd picks.
Yeah. I'll say it is like the opposite of, like, if you asked, like...
What's yours?
Some, like, 30-year-old dude who'd be like Call of Duty, Madden, 2K, you know?
Yeah.
My 3 favorite games. Oh, that's actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. Binding of Isaac, Persona 5 Royale.
Yeah.
And either Bioshock 2 or Fallout 4.
You sound like a streamer. You picked 2... Well, I mean, Binding of Isaac is like a streaming game.
Yeah.
Persona 5 is 160 hours. You'd hope you'd stream it.
Yeah. It kind of just feels like a waste of time when you don't.
You beat the game multiple times. I can't believe never once was you like, I should probably record it.
No, because, like, there's a difference between, like our buddy Jacob, I continuously tell him that, like, anytime I talk to him, that he should stream. Because, like, when he gets mad, it's, like, funny mad. When I get mad, you could probably, like, hear me chewing on my controller.
That's funny. It's just not funny to you.
Yeah, to me, that's not that funny. Dude, okay, so
you snapped a controller. Like,
yeah.
Like, whenever you hold your PS4 controller, I guess you don't anymore, but it was, like, dented in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Like,
yeah, you could hear, like, whenever it would rumble, because you would hear the thing fucking spinning inside of it hitting the outside. But no, I haven't been as bad about that lately. I mean, maybe because I haven't been playing games lately.
I was going to say because you haven't been playing them, but...
Yeah. But I remember my mom, like, she would get on me all the time about, like, getting mad when I play video games. And then I found out, like, my dad used to chew on controllers. Like, I said that as a joke, but, like, he actually... Like, he played Zelda, too.
Yeah, like OG
yeah.
Zelda. The game is brutally hard, but it doesn't seem like a...
It's not a chewing game. You know? But, like, I didn't expect him to play that. I figured he would just play, like...
What is a chewing game? Like, Cooking Mama, you get pissed off, you're like, well, it looks good. Like, I don't know, what's a chewing game? Like, what's a game you're like, I'm going to chew on my controller? I'm so pissed.
I've never played Bloodborne. But I'm assuming I would... I mean, if there's anything that's going to get me mad enough to where I'd bite something...
The Souls games, maybe.
Yeah, I'm assuming it'd be something like that. I don't think, like... Don't get me wrong. I think the maddest the games ever got me was 2K. Because... It might just sound like I'm being pissy, but it just blatantly cheats. Like, very openly cheats, and you can't do jack shit about it. But, like, I don't know. One of my reactions when I'm mad is not to bite something. No. You know? That's a different... I've never been that mad.
Yeah,
I could either accredit that to being weird or just a level of mad I have never been in my life and just don't understand.
Yeah, I can't fathom what would have to happen for me to be like, all right, I should bite it.
Yeah. Actually, dude, one of my sister's friends growing up, I don't think I have to tell you that she was weird because you'll probably pick it up on by the story. She was over her house and she said that they had got a dog and it bit her. So she bit the dog back.
I knew where it was going.
Yeah, an eye for an eye, I guess. Like, I really appreciate that, you know? Like, there's been some times where, like, you know, Archer will bite me and I think about it. And I'm like, dude, that'd be just funny if it just fucking bite him and he's just like, is that how it feels? Like, all right, my bad, you know? Like, I'm done doing that shit. I wanted to know where she bit the dog, but you don't really engage people like that, you know? You don't want to further that conversation. Yeah, because
bite him on the back. Like, I don't know where you.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm asking for like advice. I'm like, oh, it's a good training tip. Where do you bite? Like the ear? Where's a good place to bite my dog when it pees on the rug? But
how was your week?
Good. Again, it's been boring.
With a question mark?
Yeah, it's been boring. Just fucking taking care of a dog all week. I now have like 3 hours left of it, which has been a fucking wild journey.
Yeah.
I know it's good because not once have I complained about like I still have blank hours left. Now, I think, having said that, like, I think the movies do a really good fucking job. Because it's not like, and it's weird because that book's like 45 hours long. I don't know how many fucking pages it is, but it's like 45 hours long to read. And to me, the movie obviously doesn't include a lot of shit, but like it covers enough to where I'm not upset. You know, to where I'm like, oh, why didn't they add that in the movie or something? But
1,138 pages.
Yeah, so by and far the longest book I've ever read. It's actually kind of hurting me on my goal this year on how many books I want to read because it is taking up a lot of my fucking time. But I'm just now getting to the point where they're talking about the sex scene, and I knew about that going into this, but I was like, kind of forgot about it because I guess I just didn't want to think about it. But there has been just like because I've even heard like other like people on YouTube or TikTok who like read Stephen King that he always includes like weird things that he really doesn't have to. And I wonder how that works with the transition to movie, because you know they have to sit down and like talk to them about what they do and don't want to include. Because I'm assuming that the author fights for some parts to stay.
So that's got to be a pretty easy like. That one doesn't get included.
But I wonder if he's just like, well, but it's a bonding thing. And they're like, yeah, but it's...
I don't think he's fighting for it. I don't think that... Actually, I don't know how much the writer gets credit.
Yeah.
In saying, like, this has to be included. Because I think that's why you get shitty remakes.
Well, I don't think they get that much. I think they get, like... It's not like if they say so, it doesn't work out, but... I would imagine that they at least talk to him about it. Be like, hey, we looked at it, we want to disinclude this, and like the author is there to say something, but ultimately when it comes down to it, he doesn't have as big of a say after the contract's signed.
I think you're thinking of it in a very good way. I don't think that's how that works. I don't think
that's a good way.
Well, I would say working with the creators of something is probably better than just how I think it actually works, and that's in this case, they asked Stephen King if they can use that rights for X amount of money. He says he negotiates a price, and then maybe in that price negotiation, he says, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then that's it. That's all the say that he gets.
Yeah.
I think in a good creative space, they bring him in and let him work with them, but I don't think that's usually how that works.
Yeah, because... You might be right, because I think so. He would maybe start to put like 4 children's sex scenes in books, and then just be like, okay, I'll negotiate with you. We'll cut it down to 2. You can get rid of 2 of them, but I'll keep 2.
Well, I actually think that's why like people don't have a problem with Harry Potter, like the movies.
Yeah, it's because just
she's not that involved. Because I think most people don't like her. I think that's a pretty fair assumption. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's like one of the reasons of being like, well, she's not really involved. It's the directors.
Yeah.
Just they took her books.
Yeah. Well, and do you remember when we talked about like just the weird inclusion of things being sexual when they really don't have to be. But, like, obviously, the sex scenes are pretty...
We talk about that all the time.
Yeah, it's in literally every book I read. It just certain points it gets sexual for no reason. Like, obviously, the sex scene stands out in it. But, like, there's this one point where, like, I think it's, like, Richie, Ben, and the girl Beverly all hanging out. Richie's, like, doing impressions and shit and making Beverly laugh. Like, everybody's laughing their asses off, and she's laughed so hard that she's clapping. But according to Stephen King, she's not just clapping. She is clapping at a level to where it is between her budding bosoms. Like, she's not, you know? Like, why couldn't she just be laughing so hard she's clapping? But apparently, it's not she's just laughing down here. She's laughing right fucking here. To where it is in between.
It's so weird.
Yeah, like, why include that? What did that, like, maybe something as monumentous as letting the other 6 kids bang her says something to what it does to people, or like their bond. I don't know. There's probably some weird way, if you really wanted to, that you could rationalize that. I fucking can't really, but
I definitely can't. I haven't seen the movie or watched.
Yeah, I promise you, it's not in the movie. I can promise you that. But, like, how can you justify just something just so weird and non-purpose? Like, I get it. Like, she's growing up, but I mean, they're all growing up. You know? I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know. I'm just tired of, in media in general, of just how much, like, child nakedness we see.
I thought you were going to say sex.
The lack of child nakedness.
I thought you were going to say sex, and I was like, you're sick of sex and movies and stuff. I was like, you're such an old man. But
I'm sick of bad sex in movies.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I don't even know what Amy Schumer movie it was, but when John Cena bangs her, like, it's just bad sex.
I didn't watch that movie.
I didn't either.
I
saw the clip.
I
looked up the clip.
Yeah, come on.
But
let's be honest here. You didn't just stumble upon the clip.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair, I guess. But, like, in Euphoria, did you see how many times, like, schlong is shown in the first season alone?
I haven't looked it up, to be fair.
I haven't either. Quit making it out like this. 32 times.
Really?
Yeah. Bare teenage schlong is shown. Well, okay, in all fairness, you see the dad schlong a couple times. So it's not all teenage schlong, but I would say like 90% of it is teenage schlong. And our good pal Thurman, he actually just told me that, again, I don't know why he knows this. Maybe he's one to question about it. He said it's not like actually their schlongs. Like, it's like...
Oh, they're wearing fake dicks?
Yeah. Like a prosthetic one. But I guess they're cool with, like, the girls on the show just showing bare tits. But they're like, hey, God, cover that up. It's not gay, you know? Cover that shit up. We'll get you a fake dick. I don't want to see that.
There's like a rating system that goes with that. Like, if you announce publicly and then use prosthetics, if it doesn't, like, count as toughly against your rating.
Dude, that'd be funny if you could sneak that into, like, a PG-13 movie, and they're just like, hey, it's not an actual dick.
Yeah.
Like, it's in Shrek. And it's like, dude, it's not a real dick. It's a CGI dick. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I wonder if that's why.
Well, I'm assuming it's because...
Just all, like, insecure and don't want to show their actual dicks.
I don't know, because that
be a part of it.
That would, like, kind of like, because the main dude in Euphoria, that's a good looking dude. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a fucking stud. And if he just had just like bitty old wiener, I mean, it would kind of like, I wouldn't take that character serious. Yeah. You know, I'd be like, yeah, I mean, he beats up people, but like, don't you feel bad for him?
Do you, like, if you're the actor, you're casted, you got to show your dick, and then they ask you to wear a prosthetic?
I would be.
Do you negotiate? Upset. Do you negotiate how long the prosthetic is?
No. There's no negotiation there. I'm saying it's either like 12 inches soft or I walk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you put the negotiation on the table.
Dude, how funny would that be? Just like halfway through, it just fucking flops off, and then it's just like that. No, yeah, I am not negotiating with that one. It's like I'm breaking records with my prosthetic, or I'm gone, and I will show my little dick elsewhere. Well, I would also be upset in general if, like, they were shooting a nude scene and they're just like, we're going to have to get a prosthetic. What the fuck is that? And they're like, get out his dick double. We can't do this.
Is that all?
How cool would that be to be the dick double,
The
though?
dick double. I now know the career I'm going to pursue. I'm gonna be someone's dick double.
Dude, I found it. This is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You're going to be Leo, and I'll be your dick double.
No.
Or vice versa.
Hey.
I could be Leo, you could be my dick double.
I say either way is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool life. Like, you're just like, yeah, I'm a professional dick double, and they're just like, what'd you just say? So, yeah, I know. Life really doesn't get much better than this. But no, 32 fucking times in one season.
Oh, that's just season 1, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that's just a season.
Yeah,
and it's not even like it's 32 episodes to where there's a schlong a show. But it's like, I think it's like 12 or something. But in all fairness, they probably take care of a lot of that in one scene. Because, like, one of the first episodes, it just shows the men's locker room at a very flattering height, I guess. It just shows, like, waist down to where you're just, like, you can just hear the camera getting slapped with schlongs as it goes by. Like, whenever you walk through a doorway that has beads hanging down. Yeah, I don't know. I bet that show's decent. Like, it's the highest, the second highest show on HBO's history. Yeah. You could probably guess what number 1 is.
Zones,
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Apparently, it's just the battle of, like, schlongs. Because I know Game of Thrones is, like, schlong crazy.
I actually don't know what that show's about. I
just told you.
I've only heard you talk about
yeah.
that there's a bunch of dicks in that show.
Yeah.
And there's Zendaya. And now Dominic Fike. But I've never heard someone be like, oh, I love the plot of this show.
It's actually crazy you don't know what's going on in that show.
I have no idea.
I know exactly what's going on right now.
Oh, really? Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, maybe watching a couple episodes helped, but, like, no one, like, I see a lot of people post about it.
Well, yeah, and that's how, because, like...
But I only see people post about how hot everyone is. I don't see anyone go, like, oh, I love this show. They post, like, Angus, and they're like, this dude's fucking bad. Yeah. Or Zendaya, and they're like, I love her. And I'm like, oh, cool. What? What do they do? Like,
thanks for following my fan account, by the way. I really appreciate that, both of them.
Your gay one in, straight one down.
It really fucks me up that you keep saying Angus.
Is that not?
It's not his character's name.
Well, I don't know.
I think it's like Fez.
Oh, I don't know him. I've never seen the show.
Well, that's fair because I don't know. You keep saying Angus, and I'm like Angus.
I think that name is fucking hilarious.
Like, what an off-putting name in that show. You know, you just have Rue and Jules, Angus. It's like Angus. But no, okay. So essentially, it's like High School Musical without the musical and a lot more dicks and drugs.
You're not telling me. I don't know.
Well, I'm not trying to sell you.
I don't know if you're trying to.
No, I'm not trying to sell. I'm just trying to tell you what that show is about. It's modern day High School Musical without the musical. You take out the music. You add dicks. You have Euphoria and drugs. Dicks and drugs.
I didn't know drugs were involved because I seen the only post I've seen about the actual show was Zendaya, and it was like, I can't believe she plays this role after, like, her being a Disney star.
It was crazy.
And I was like, all right.
Yeah, she's either a Disney star, MJ, or a fucking drug addict. And like I don't know, that show's just a little ridiculous about some things, but I mean, I get it, it's a TV show. It doesn't really have to stay within norms. It's not Riverdale, in all fairness.
Well, you're selling me again.
Yeah, I actually want to watch Riverdale because of how ridiculous it's gotten. Because, like, me and my girlfriend stopped watching it, like, once it just got a little ridiculous, and we were just like, dude, okay, how are these kids in high school, like, doing this? Like, they're negotiating with the fucking mayor. One of them's 16 and, like, selling drugs and is the leader of a gang full of adults. And now it's to the point where 2 of the main characters have superpowers. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm back in. You know? Like, why didn't you tell me sooner? Because I really do appreciate the over-the-top bad.
Yeah.
And I think maybe at a certain point they kind of accepted that either they just, like, were tapped out when it comes to, like, a good story, or they was just like, dude, you know, it'd be a lot of fun if they both fell into a chemical vat and got superpowers.
Yeah. I think it probably was like, we'll have, like, some dramatized effects here. And then, like, they just kept getting renewed, and people liked those. So they're like, we'll just keep one-upping it to the point of just no going back.
It sounds like whenever you have a group of friends together, and you're just like, dude, you know it'd be funny. And they actually do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that looks like. It's just like, dude, that'd be pretty funny. No way you're going to do it, though. And I'm like, okay, watch.
What's the drug called?
Oh, my God.
Like Jingle Jangle?
Jingle Jangle. God. Yeah, it's fucking Jingle Jangle.
That's truly the only thing I know about that show, too.
It's ridiculous. The main girl in that show, she almost seems like what Walter White's wife was like in high school, Skylar. Because, like, she reminds me, her entire character reminds me of that cringy-ass scene when Skylar sings to Ted, I believe, her boss that she has an affair with. She does, like, the Marilyn Monroe JFK thing, and it's, like, the unsexiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and it just... And this was also after I saw the picture of her, like, side-by-side of her and Woody Harrelson. And I just saw Woody Harrelson the whole time.
I forgot about that.
Dude, it's so fucking... Dude, it is spot on.
It's weird.
It's really spot on. Yeah. And, you know, that sucks because I really like Woody Harrelson. And I will say Walter White's family is like... I hate them so much.
To be fair, a little bit of credit.
Good actors?
Well, yeah, but I was going to say, like, if he just would have been a little upfront... Ever.
You think that's all it would have required? A little?
I mean, I think it would have helped.
I don't know. Well, dude, she just kind of sucks. Like, she...
Oh, I hate her.
Oh, okay. I thought you was defending her.
I'm not trying to defend her, but I do feel like Walter... I mean, he is the villain of the show.
Yeah, of course.
So, like...
Yeah, I can sympathize with that, though. Yeah, I love a good villain.
But he's also my main character, so I want him to succeed.
Yeah.
So I root for the villain in this.
Who's your favorite character in that show?
Either Walter or Jesse.
Yeah, and that's fair, but...
It's hard to pick anyone else, really.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Gus. I think Gus has a good argument. Gus is fucking good, dude. Yeah. Oh, my God. Whenever it goes into his backstory... God, he is such a good fucking character. He's just one of those characters that were... It was upsetting how good he was because you knew he couldn't last forever.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, kind of spoiler free there, but, you know. But no, with, like, Jesse, I really like Jesse, and I get it. He has a lot to complain about with Walter. But, like, he, like, whines so much about it.
He feels like a kid.
Yeah,
I actually like him for that reason.
I do, like, it kind of fits their role. And I'm not saying that as, like, I mean, because I think them two are, like, almost perfect characters.
Yeah.
But, like, it gets annoying sometimes when he just, like, cries about it.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be that guy.
Yeah. I think that's why, like, later into the show I start to really like it, is because, like, you see him starting to grow up, and he just deals with those problems rather than whining about them. He just takes them head on and just has very unfortunate things happen, but he's just always just like... He's like, yeah, this is just it. Like, I just have to take the bullshit here.
Yeah, I'm really biased towards, like, most of the main characters, especially when they're shitty. So, like, just seeing Jesse whine, I'm like, oh my God, he almost killed your girlfriend's son. Like, get over it. Like, who cares, man? Just go sell drugs, you know? Shit happens.
He's like, oh, he just ruined your entire fucking life.
Blah, blah. You know,
get over it.
He killed a girlfriend of yours. Dude, move on.
Oh, you just found out that it was him.
I mean,
get over it.
He basically murdered her, right?
Yeah, no, I'd say has to be murder. I think in that scenario, I think it would be considered murder.
Yeah, because if you have an opportunity to save somebody and you don't.
I think even more that you like purposely don't.
Yeah, because like, he thought it out. He was like, life's kind of. I mean, she was kind of getting in the way of shit. I mean, again, I know it's not healthy for me to say that, but like, man, I was like, it had to happen sooner or later, you know, like.
You knew.
R.I.P. though, you know.
As soon as you see the scene going down, you're like, oh no, he's not helping.
Dude,
like,
it is heartbreaking watching that because you're just like, no way he's just going to. He does.
Yeah, you're just like, it's like, I knew he was a psycho. He can't be this far. And you're like, oh, he's off the deep end at this point. He's fucking lost it.
I will say, I think a point that people overlook, because I know they're like, oh, this shows like how crazy just basic healthcare in America is. I think this is a perfect show that shows like how stressful it is dealing with like high school teenagers.
I really thought you were going to go back to Skylar. Just like the family.
I don't even want to talk about Skylar, dude. She sucks so bad.
I hate her.
Because like she just fucking takes out money that she didn't earn a goddamn penny of and gives it to this guy that she was banging. And then it's just like, you don't know how hard my life is. I operate a car wash. And I'm just like, what? A lot of people do that. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure it has its stresses, but look who you're talking to. That dude is stressed the fuck out.
He is the drug lord. He is the
Jackie Moon of that drug. He is doing it all. And he has cancer. Like, one of those things alone is pretty stressful. Now, imagine all those, and then you operating a car wash. You have to pick out what scents of fucking air fresheners you sell in the lobby, and you're just like, dude, you don't understand what I go through.
Yeah. And it's not like you have a financial problem either.
Yeah.
Because, if your car wash does horrible, you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's horrible.
Shut up.
She's a horrible character.
Yeah. Like, what's the son bitching about? Like, I get it. He has, like, what, does he have, like, polio or something? What does that kid have? Was that completely off basis? What does he have?
What's he bitching about? No, that's
polio. What is this, the 70s?
I think it's cerebral palsy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But still, just being like, what is this fucking guy?
Yeah, what does he operate a car wash? What is he bitching about? Hey, Dad, you're a bitch. I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, if he would have said it right the first time, I would have been like, all right, that's a pretty hard-hitting moment, but I'm like, dude, it took way too long to, like, wrap that shit up. No, that kid sucked.
Yeah.
Walter Jr.?
Yeah, Walt Jr., yeah.
Yeah, in all fairness, they didn't give him a good start in life. I named him Walt Jr.
Yeah. He forgives him real quick when he gets that car, though.
Yeah.
And then immediately hates him again when that car gets taken away.
Yeah, like, I get it. Teenage kids in shows are supposed to be just kind of fucking awful. But, like, your mom is carrying a lot of that responsibility. Like, she sucks, dude. You don't have to suck that bad. You can be a cool kid. Like, just know she sucks enough for the entire fucking family.
Yeah. Is there a show where there's, like, a cool kid? And I can only think of, like, Todd. But I can't think of anyone else.
Well, he's not really a kid.
He plays the, like...
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he plays that role.
Yeah, I think there's a lot where you have examples of, like, cool kids, but, like, there's always, like, an annoying kid. Mm-hmm. You know, like, it's never a full thing. Like, and usually it's, like, the teenage girl. Like, with George Lopez, it's Carmen. With Family Guy, it's Meg. Like, there's just... And Meg's not really annoying. She's Meg.
She's just the butt of the joke.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, every sitcom has that where one of the kids just fucking suck. Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. I mean, it's just plot waiting to happen, you know? Mm. But, Song of the Week.
Oh, I have been listening to Damn by Kendrick Lamar a shit ton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought you was listening to, like, long albums and shit.
I was, but...
Oh, okay.
You started to run out.
But then I'm not.
But then you come to a road where it's either listen to Chris Brown's album or don't, and I didn't.
Did you do that because you're a driver?
What? Oh,
you come to a road.
Oh, no. I was trying to piece that with the Chris Brown album, and I was like, isn't it Indigo? I was like, am I dumb? But yeah, I am. But the song "God" by Kendrick Lamar. It's my favorite on the album.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever listen to that one version, like where it's backwards?
Yeah, the deluxe.
Yeah. Does it change anything?
I mean, the story's a little different. I mean, you listen to the same song. The songs aren't in reverse.
Yeah.
So I mean,
where do you rank that?
Interesting.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought that was a cool concept.
Yeah.
Where do you rank that in his discography?
I like it second best.
Oh wow.
If I'm just picking like an album of Kendrick's to listen to, it's the one I listen to the
To
most.
Pimp is number one.
But To Pimp is just better. But it's kind of like a sadder album, so I don't listen to it as much.
Well, yeah.
So like that's why I say that. But it's easily the best. It's easily my favorite. Then Damn is my second favorite, but I don't think it's his second. I think it's Good Kid, and then Damn. But
yeah, Section 80.
I like it a lot more than Section 80.
I love Rick Mortis, dude.
I do too.
Yeah, sure. I'll stick with that statement.
Yeah.
My song of the week
Yeah.
is Manic Mondays by the Bangles.
I have no idea what that is.
It's really good.
Yeah.
The song about Mondays and how manic they are by the Bangles. And yeah, that's all I got for that. There is one thing I wanted to get to. Sadly, it's not the Jorge Colby thing. But I recently saw that a Korean doctor says those who haven't contracted COVID-19 has no friends. Here he is.
That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, neither one of us has contracted COVID.
Yeah, I don't think we did. There was like...
yeah. So there was about a month where I couldn't remember that well. I may have gotten it in that period.
Yeah, because we talked about how like early, like before like the pandemic even started, like really early, like I think you got really sick and I was just like a little sick.
Yeah, but wasn't that because of like the fucking mung beans or whatever?
Yeah, we think it was probably
I don't think
allergic reaction, not COVID.
Yeah, I don't think you get COVID once a week every Saturday after eating vegan eggs.
Yeah, but no, we apparently don't have any friends because we have not got COVID,
dude. So his last name's Ma, I guess. Okay, his name is Ma Sung Hyuk.
For some reason, I just feel like that's not right.
Hyuk. Ma Sung Hyuk. He said he has previously advocated for living with the virus and focusing on COVID-19 treatments rather than social distancing.
I mean, that's kind of how like Florida and Texas handled the situation. They said, hey, we're just going to open everything up. Everyone's going to get it. Everyone's going to go through it, or you pass away, and then we just live our lives through.
Oopsie.
Yeah, and I was like, it's not the best, but I guess at least you have a strategy.
So South Korea is currently experiencing daily COVID case number increases that exceed 400,000 deaths. Well, as deaths are reaching record highs.
Yep.
It's not bad.
Gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
Yeah, I don't know how many people live in South Korea. I mean, not going to blame it on this guy. But I mean, it does kind of remind me of the like old additive of like what the best birth control is. Not having sex.
I mean,
yeah.
Speak of birth control. Do you see male birth control?
Yeah. What is it? Is it like a pill?
Yeah. If it's legit.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get it.
Yeah, I'm like OD on those.
Yeah, like...
I'm popping like 10 a day.
That sounds so incredible.
I wonder... But like, we don't know what it does.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% against it still.
Yeah.
Like right now I'm 50-50 just because I have no clue. And it's I think still in testing, so I should still be at 50-50.
Yeah.
But once it's released and it's good and if like my health insurance will pay for it, I think we'll get on it.
I want to start advertising everything the way this doctor is doing it. Mm-hmm. Like come up with taglines like if you're not curious about what the new male birth treatment does, then you're a virgin. Like you don't have sex.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not worried about STDs. It's because you don't have sex. You know. Which, I mean, I don't... Have you ever had an STD scare?
No.
No?
No. I thought you were going to ask me if I had an STD, which was also obviously going to be no, but...
Yeah. So, no, I'm not scared. I know I have it.
But even the scare, like, I've never even thought about, like, being in a situation where it's like, hey, you might...
Like, you've never gotten a text or anything?
Like, go get checked? No.
Yeah.
No, I usually... I guess
Like, I have a touch of AIDS. You might... you might get it.
Yeah. I always think of it as, like, gonorrhea is probably, like, the one. Or chlamydia. I don't know. Like, that's got to be, like, the scare one. I don't think the others are scare.
Yeah, because I think there's actually a pretty crazy statistic about, like... CDC estimates 1 in 5 people in the U.S. have a sexually transmitted disease. So, like, last night, when there was 5 total people in the house and a dog, it was likely that one of us had an STD. Well, almost like 100% likely, according to the CDC.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start carrying that information, like, everywhere. Like I do my STDs. And start guessing who that one person in the room is.
Do you?
Well, if there, okay, if there's 5 other people in the room besides me, I'll guess who else has an STD.
Okay. Have you had a scare?
No.
No.
I'm the one that scares people. I'm like John Wick.
I'm the boogeyman.
Yeah. But no, I know a friend who has, because he said, like, his, like, dick was, like, leaking. Like, he described it like a very old car, you know? Like, yeah, there's, like, some oil spots in the driveway, but he was like, I don't know, there's just, like, some stuff coming out of my dick. And I'm like, well, that's not good. I have never had anything come out of my dick unless I was, like, being potty trained or I'm trying to get something out of my dick, you know?
Yeah.
Like pee.
Yeah,
I don't want to just sound like I'm getting Legos stuck in my dick hole.
I was going to be real. I was never going to ask. I never wanted to know if that was a venture you went down.
So you know the guy I'm talking about? I don't want to say his name. Do you ever hear about a guy putting a Q-tip in his wiener?
Like, in general? I've heard of that happening.
No, we went to school with somebody who...
That did it?
No. Okay. He didn't do it himself, but he told his little brother that if you shove a Q-tip up your wiener, it makes your wiener bigger.
No.
Okay, what if it worked? What if it worked and we just shouldn't be laughing at that? What if this kid grew up to where they use a mold of his dick for Euphoria?
Maybe he's the dick double.
The dick double. That man became the dick double. Well, I can't wait to start writing superhero comics.
The dick double.
I can't wait for that guy. If it worked.
I mean, if it works, everyone will be doing it.
But, like, what if it just got you, like, an inch? I mean, don't get me wrong. An inch is cool. An inch is pretty fucking cool.
Like, alright. In what scenario would you not want an extra inch?
I think the scenario where I have to shove something on my dick.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'll say, if I'm being real extreme, there's a lot of scenarios I can think of where I'd be like, you know what, I'm okay with not having to do this to get a slightly bigger wiener.
Yeah. Shoving a Q-tip, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about it. Luckily, I don't have to, but...
That's fair.
I don't know, if it was real...
It's at least worth pondering over.
Yeah, I'd think about it.
You know, I've done crazier things. Like... I don't know. I don't want to get into that right now, but that's for maybe like a different episode or a therapy session or something.
What's the difference?
Yeah, who knows? It probably, I don't know. I don't know what it did for me overall except scar me mentally. I'd like to say that before people think that my dick just looks like the new Joker.
Oh, we got. Yeah,
I was saying while we wrap it up, what'd you think about that?
I didn't watch the full video.
Oh, god damn it.
I just seen like the pictures of it and stuff. I think it's interesting. Again, it's not the Joker I want, so I'm a little upset about that. But
What's the Joker you want? You miss Jared Leto, don't you? Jack Nicholson?
no, obviously Joaquin.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Dude, I always forget that he was one of them. I always go straight to, like, Jared Leto or Heath Ledger.
Yeah, but no. I wish it was Joaquin. But he looks interesting. Some of the quotes that I've seen that he said was pretty cool. I like the throwback to Heath Ledger's. I think it's cool. I also think this was pretty set up. I think this was definitely shot not as a deleted scene. This was supposed to be exactly how it was. It was supposed to... The movie was going to get good criticism. They assumed it would. I don't know why you would think your movie wouldn't. And then they shot this to show a clip of what's going to happen next. I think this was very on purpose.
I actually don't think it was.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because I understand why it would get cut. Like, and I don't think they would purposely make it like that. But I guess I'll go ahead and say spoiler. I guess it's not really a spoiler, but he reveals the Riddler's whole thing. Like, don't get me wrong, it's cool that he goes to the Joker and he's like, you know, hey, you're pretty crazy. What's this crazy person doing? And he tells him, but he's too right about it. Like, he's 100% right on, like, why he's doing it and shit. And I'm like, that's cool, but that's the Riddler's moment. Like, the Riddler should reveal that. Like, that spotlight shouldn't be taken away to give to the Joker, you know? Like, the Joker doesn't need that spotlight.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the Riddler's fucking thing, and nobody has really gotten the chance to appreciate the Riddler in live action, and this is his fucking time, you know?
This kind of Riddler, but yes.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, not a fucking Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I think Jim Carrey's perfect Riddler for exactly what he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for a dark scenario like this, yeah, that'd be kind of wacky getting Jim Carrey.
God, that'd be weird.
Even though his whole, like, persona kind of just seems like the Riddler if he was a real person.
Yeah.
But no, I was a really big fan of it, just looks alone. Because, like, that is what's supposed to happen when you fall into a chemical vat.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to, like, come out looking like the people of Riverdale. Like, you're supposed to look fucked up.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing that I've seen is someone picked up on, like, I guess the papers that were there. The paper clips are gone. Yeah. I was like, that's cool that they just put that much detail.
Yeah, and that's, I'm assuming, setting up for him
to break out.
Yeah. Which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool that just such a little thing. So, I do think that kind of supports where you're going with this intentionally being a deleted scene or deleted scene. But, but it also, I do see why if they wanted it to be in the movie, why it would be cut.
Yeah. I'm also not against them doing it. Like, I'm not saying it as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, if a movie wants to set up promos for the next in the middle of shooting their movie, do it. Like, that's actually pretty cool. Like, I like how this is set up.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's a deleted scene.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. But no, it makes me really excited. Oh, I was actually doing something. But if you know me, we cannot briefly talk about STDs without talking about it a little bit more. So I did a little bit more research.
This is not what I thought this was going.
Our final, after this, we'll wrap it up.
Pun intended.
If you know us, you know we're not wrapping it up. That was kind of gay, wasn't it?
That was.
Which I'm not against, but
it came off not how you thought it was going to.
Yeah. Just know on the next episode, Kron and Rex are not wrapping it up. Guess what state what state has the highest STD rate? And take into account that this goes off of like population. So it's not just it's not just
based,
yes, that's the best way to put it.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say like Texas, which still might be Texas or
you would guess Texas.
Most STDs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think
okay. If you do want to go off pure numbers, that is number 2.
Okay, so I was going to say Texas because I was going to say like they are just like if you hear about Texas, you hear about like wild things and just like not caring and.
Well, what other state do you attribute with that?
I was thinking like Florida.
Florida's number 4.
Okay, and then I was gonna just say like big states. So like California.
California's
New York.
1.
California's 1?
New York's 3.
Okay, yeah, so I had the...
5?
Kentucky? No, where?
Illinois. Right? I would assume it was like Nevada.
Oh, yeah, that would
Yeah,
actually
it got
make
Sin
sense.
City.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that would have made like so much sense, but no, it's just Illinois. I mean, I guess Chicago.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah, I thought
I
so
also
too.
just named 4 states I'm considering moving to,
I feel at home.
which is not the news I wanted.
Guess we're going to have to start wrapping it up. But no, if you go into...
I just say we.
What do you mean? It's our podcast, buddy. We're going to Chicago. We're going to wrap it up in Chicago. If you're going off percentage base, Alaska's number 1. In all fairness, if like
Really?
6 people have STDs
Okay,
in
yeah.
that state, then like 80% of the state has STDs. You want to guess where Kentucky is?
I'm going to say we're doing good. Let's say right in the middle. 25. That's not bad.
36.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Closer to the bottom. Who's the best?
Virginia. West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Well, I mean, I guess if you keep shit in the family, it's kind of hard to get an STD, you know?
They're the lowest in STD and the highest in incest.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you can't really get an STD from a sheep, so I guess you're all right there. Vermont is the second lowest. Really? New Jersey is 43.
That's actually crazy.
Some dirty people. I would have not guessed. No offense to if we have any New Jersey listeners, but if I had to guess, you're part of the problem. Minnesota at 42. Who's fucking in Minnesota? It's way too cold there, you know? I'm trying to... Florida overall is 27.
That's really
Like
low.
percentage based.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
I just don't believe that. Florida just looks like the birthplace of STDs. Yeah, it's like ground zero of gonorrhea. I hope that wasn't in bad taste. Well, I'm sure this whole segment's in bad taste.
Yeah.
But Alabama at number 7.
7 at percentage? Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. I thought they
Pretty
were
fucking high, though.
Oh, does it show the percentage?
No,
Oh, okay.
It just shows number, and it shows, it shows the metro population is at like 4 million, and they, oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, that is really crazy then. So it shows metro population at 4.8 million and STD cases in the hundreds of thousands and 855. So again, that's where you're looking at like 1 in 5 pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, time to wrap this shit up. Wrap this shit up, guys.
That's been Jammin with Kron Rex.
Don't wrap it up.